Coach, congratulations. Wow, what a start for you guys in this game. And I know you're always looking for the good start. Every coach is.
Absolutely.
What was, I asked Mia this question, what was the key to getting off such a great start today?
I think the big thing is they've bought in from day one. They bought into our system, and they work relentlessly hard. And they believe in each other. You know, we talked a lot about today of giving ourselves some grace. We have some kids that go internal and just working together, leaning on one another. You know, to have 4 kids in double digits, you know, it just shows that they care about each other. As a coach, there's nothing cooler than seeing an assist column like that, you know, and
That's
so.
what I was just going to say, the assist 23, complete unselfish basketball from your young women to go with 38 points off of turnovers. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's fun. And sometimes it's hard to watch. I'm sure you guys agree with that.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Forcing a team into 30 turnovers, we put a lot of emphasis on winning the possession. You know, and the start attributes to that. You know, they feel good. They're really starting to think. Yeah, and when we score that way off of turnovers, it's a pretty happy night here.
And how important was it? Because, again, you know, they didn't play yet. They were supposed to, but Shippensburg didn't play yesterday. So you could go into this game and look at it like maybe they have an upper hand because they're well rested, but also you guys had just played, so maybe they were a little rusty coming in too.
Yeah, and you know, the big thing we talked about was excuses don't live here on the hill. You know, they don't. We could say a million things. We could blame fatigue. We can blame the snow. We can blame some of us having to play more minutes yesterday than we anticipated on. You know, but we just didn't feed into it. They were up this morning. They were in the weight room. You know, we did our shoot around. We stuck to our routine as if it was any other game day, and they showed up.
And speaking of the start, Maeve, you guys at one point had 30 points, I think, and Christian only had like 3. And that just goes to show how well everybody is playing, but also Christian was doing things, you know, even though she wasn't scoring right away, you know, she's doing what she does.
Yeah, and I think that's the huge difference and see this year. We got to figure out, the kid got to get a defensive player of the week, right? Like, she has been working her tail off on the defensive end. She averages 2, maybe 3 charges a game.
So she's always on the floor.
She's on the floor, and for being, you know, she's small but mighty. And she just works so hard. She facilitates us. We don't need her to feel the pressure of being a 25-point scorer for us to win, and it's allowed her to expand her game. You know, we talked about her IQ yesterday, and she's just been so intentional with her play, and she's feeding her teammates. She's celebrating them. I don't know that there's a person that gets more hype for anybody on the floor. So the intangibles of that kid just make her, believe me, it's very helpful that she can score 20 points a game, have 6 assists, 3 steals, and I think 4 charges. That's a beautiful stat line.
I think one of the things that I've noticed about this team this year compared to your first year, I think that you have added great depth to your roster this year. And I talked to Mia about, you got to thank the scout team for all that they do. And I know a lot of coaches sometimes forget about those young men and women.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, we talked about putting a little bit more weight in our middle this year. We've had players like Paula, Corinne, Shea Bailey really step up. But, yeah, in practice, remember, for us to be able to go this hard at the rate that we play, there are people that have to push us day in and day out. And, you know, I'm happy to hear that Mia acknowledges that, because we say it all the time, but it's way different when it comes from their teammates. And that's the thing. It's team first, and we can't deny it. And there's a lot of them. You know, the bench has some length, so they celebrate each other. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah, and that was very evident today. You could see that when Nelson got in the scoring column. Everybody jumped.
Yeah, and Christian was looking for her, for sure. And it's a good problem to have when you guys are up as much as you were in a game. But I noticed that, you know, you kept some starters, that you tried to rotate the starters, and you also tried to get, you know, the players that don't get a lot of minutes in. Kind of what went into those decisions and just how you kind of used your rotation there.
Yeah, I think the big thing is, you know, I have to remember that they sat here for 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and also they're not, you know, kids that get as many reps. So to give them a sense of calmness, to have some people to look to, instead of just throwing them out there 5 at a time, the minutes matter. Any minute that they get to play at this level is important, and it's important for us now and our future. So we want to be intentional with the minutes they're spending. We want to keep them in their positions, And we want to allow them to celebrate success and start to earn some confidence as well.
Yeah, and you got those upperclassmen that are leaders, and they stay out there as almost a calming influence to the youngsters who are quite basically in transition.
Absolutely. Yeah, and they did a great job with it. And like I said, they celebrate each other so much. It's just awesome to see.
Maeve, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And I guess we'll see you in a little while. Your next conference home game isn't for a little while, mid-December.
We won't see you guys for some time. We got a tough one Tuesday. We'll be down in Ohio.
That's
but
right.
I appreciate all you guys do.
Good luck and safe travels to Malone.
Thanks so much, guys. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.